Alright, guys, here we go. Draft recap breakdown. First off, we're going to take a look at the star guys out of the draft, and then we'll go into the team by team breakdowns. Not that many star players in this draft. I think it's going to end up being around 10. So you got Trey Matthews, the free safety that the Jaguars took. It looks like he's going to be a pretty good one. 86 speed, 91 acceleration, and pretty good attributes, of course, of star development. He can increase that pretty quickly. Blair Swenson, the big, tough running back the computer took for the Shamrocks, is a star development guy. O.C. Pinckney, he had a storyline, and he came out as a star player, even though he didn't look that great, and he's 68 overall, so he's not that great. But with star development, I'm sure he'll be able to play with the Bulls pretty quickly. Seattle took a star right tackle in Evan Lewan, 73 overall. He wasn't happy about it. I don't know why, but the computer drafted you a star guy. You should be happy. Nathan Merritt, for some reason, the CPU took him and sent him to the Monarchs, even though they signed two centers for a lot of money in free agency. But we knew he was going to be a really good player. 21 years old, 81 overall, star player. Chwan Irving for the Oilers, star development, 76 overall, defensive end. Looks like he's going to be able to play. Looks like he's a balanced 4-3 and 3-4 DN there. Kobe Roth, free safety for looks like the Bulls. Got another one. And that must have been a CPU pick as well. He's got 92 speed. He's not that big, 5'11". Might be why some other people shied away from him, but he'll be a good one. Sean Milner with the Cowboys, right guard, 75 overall, big 6'4", 315, 89 strength, so he'll develop well. Walter Staten, another storyline player. He didn't look good, and he's only 69 overall, but he got star development because of his storyline. He's only 83 speed, too, so that star development's going to have to put in some work for him. And Lawrence McAllister, quarterback, had a really great storyline with his interviews. Goes to the Marshals, 76 overall, and we knew the Marshals were looking for a quarterback, and they were able to get it, the highest developing one in the draft as a result. All right, so let's go into the team-by-team recaps, and I'm going to use this based off the feed that I recorded right after the draft. And we'll start with myself because that's where it starts. I'm going to talk fast because I'm trying to get all this done before too long. I give myself a B+. Elion Durant was a no-brainer. He came out fast development, 81 overall, and he has already looked great in practice. Francois, slow development. That's why I don't give myself an A. He kind of fooled me on that one. But the other guys, we filled a lot of needs. We got two offensive linemen after that, and Frederick and Mulbach. A couple of those guys going to be on the practice squad and for depth. Dial in the 6th round was a nice find for me. He is really good. So he'll be on the 53-man roster. But B+. Next are going to be the Chiefs once I get to them. There we go. Chiefs took a lot of speed guys with their linebackers in the 1st and 2nd round. Carthon and Aldridge. Of 87 to 88 speed. He'll develop those guys like I know he does. He took a reach on the 3rd round tight end. He was pretty good rated for a 7th rounder. Only 70 overall, though. He took a fast quarterback in Bingham in the 3rd round also. And then backed it up with another corner. Nothing too great stands out about this draft. I'll have to give him... I give him I guess a B-. Richmond in the 7th was a nice find. 69 overall. For the Colts, like Shotwell's 1st round pick, he was on my list. He's 77 overall. Looks 91 strength. That's very good. You got a corner in Hines that's going to be able to play. 74 overall with some decent attributes. Then he went speed receivers with his next middle round pick. So it looks like he definitely had a plan here. Don't really see a bust. In Duke Way in the 6th was a good find. Good blocking tight end, so I give him a solid B on that. Conquistadors didn't have many picks. None of them really stands out. That's a C. Cowboys. Got Milner, the star development guy. That was his second first round pick. The first one was Asher, a left tackle, came out 76 overall, 89 strength. He got a good free safety in Dockery. Second round, 80 overall, fast development. That was a good one. And then the rest of the draft, I think he checked out. He didn't pick a fast corner, but he's got a lot of work to do. And then the CPU did the rest. So I got to give the Cowboys I'll give him a B plus too. That was a pretty good draft. It's borderline A minus. I'll give him A minus. Desperados. They took a quarterback early. Again, I thought they had a guy there that was pretty young, but I guess they didn't like him. And Looker. Oh, that was a CPU pick. That's right, because he came late. I don't think he would have took a quarterback. I know he took. I think Chavis a couple years ago. Haley at right tackle, 75 overall. He's a decent player. Dismukes, a lot of people liked. He came out 71 overall. Slot guy, 92 speed. He took the big center. He had a bad storyline. I don't know what his development is, but he's only 69 overall. Good find, though, in the 5th round with Biaka Batuka as a running back. I should have known. You know, a Biaka Batuka running back should have a good rating, and he's 77 overall in the 5th, which is very good find. I'll give him a B. Dolphins, he took the best middle linebacker, in my opinion, in the draft, and Anunwa. He'll be a good player. He's 75 overall, but he's got some very nice attributes. I think CPU did the rest. Paul in the 4th, he's okay. I'll say B minus. He didn't have a lot of picks there. Eagles didn't have a lot of picks. Didn't really do too much. It's going to be a C minus for the Eagles. Falcons took a chance, rolled the dice on Woodbury in the 1st. Thought he would come out a little faster than he did, but 86 speed and 86 acceleration, 76 overall. Possession guy all the way. Finch, good running back, 95 speed, 93 acceleration. That's a good find in the 2nd. Akers was a risk. He started taking some risks there when the guys fell off the board. I give him a B minus for that draft there. I know he kind of checked out early. 49ers got their quarterback. We had talked before the draft. I know he wanted this guy from Florida State, and he got him. A little disappointed that he was only normal development. I thought he'd be a little higher than that. But he's 78 overall. And then he backed it up really well. Got a corner at number 9 in Kraft. Was a 93 speed, 94 acceleration guy. He'll be able to play right away. Then he got some playmaking speed with Clark at receiver, 94 speed, 93 acceleration. And then he tried to sprinkle in some other playmakers. Didn't really go too well, but I give him a solid B for that draft. He got what he wanted and had a clear plan. The Giants did not draft. CPU really didn't do him any favors. That's a C minus. Jaguars, you look at their draft, they picked up Lincoln Sander. After Anunwa was off the board, he was the next best middle linebacker in 88 speed, 90 acceleration. He'll be able to play well in that defense. London, corner at 78 overall, 90 speed, 93 acceleration. And then he got a star development. Now, when he was drafted, his name was Ali, but he changed his name. But that's the star development free safety in the 2nd round. And then he got some speed again with Newkirk at receiver. And then you go through the rest of it. Nothing really stands out there. That's a B plus on that draft. Jets. You look at their first guy, Denolius Cash. He was on my list. I like him. 79 overall at the end of the 1st round is a really good value. We got a tall speed guy in Pruitt at the end of the 2nd. Ebert backed up with a 3rd round, 75 overall at guard is a good job. I'll give that a B plus too. You got some guys that are pretty good at a low position. Marshalls, you couldn't mess this up, and he didn't. He got Javante Cheek at number 1, no brainer. When you're 6'4" and you got 96 speed, that's easy. Backed it up with McAllister, the star development quarterback. That's very good. Probably had the best 1st round of anybody. Took Breckner, the tight end, at the top of the 2nd. He doesn't have really good speed. Acceleration is all right, but that speed kind of held him down a little bit. Then he went with the strong safety Purvis, who had good physical talents. And then not too long after that, he backed out. But I'll give him a B plus. He made the most of his position at the top of the draft and took Definitely the best overall player in my opinion. Monarchs was a CPU draft. Meriden Vega are good offensive line guys, but that's a C. Oilers, they got a corner, which is what they wanted, Marion, and then the star development defensive end after that. And then it kind of went off the rails after that. But I know he likes Mace. He used him in the preseason game, and he's got some nice attributes. More of a speed guy. I give him a solid B. Packers only had 3 picks. He did pick an athletic middle linebacker. He's got some nice speed. Took a speed wide receiver in Pryor, and then Birch at the in the 7th round was a 68 overall, 82 speed. I give him a B minus. He made something with those picks. He didn't have many. And welcome to the league as well. Panthers did not have any picks at all. Patriots, Fort, the halfback in the 1st round, looks like he can be a good player. 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 81 overall. That's very good. And then he didn't get too much after that, so I have to give that a B minus. But Fort's a good pick. The Rams, he took Eakin at the right tackle spot at 31, 75 overall, 88 strength. This was also a good offensive line draft. Didn't say that too much. But the rest of his picks weren't that great. Picking at 31st in each round is kind of tough. I have to give him a C plus on that draft. Ravens, it took Lee Warner. I like Lee Warner a lot. He doesn't fit my defense, but 3-4, he's a good outside backer. He's 79 overall. You go through the rest of it. I know Ravens kind of checked out early too. I'll give him a C plus as well. Warner is a good pick though. Then we got what's next? Saints. Saints was a CPU draft. Veltung at left outside linebacker is a good pick. Yeah, that's gonna be a C. Seahawks, another CPU draft. I do like Hagens at DN, 79 overall, 81 speed, 88 acceleration. Then we got the right tackle at star development, Levon at the 2nd. But it's a CPU draft. Staten, star development, strong safety. So the CPU did him well in the first 3 picks. And then he got mad about the rest of it, but the rest of it, hell, wasn't nobody left. I give the CPU a B+. Good job, CPU. Great. Alright, then let's see who we got after the Seahawks. As the video stream goes. Shamrocks. We talked about Swinson, the star development running back. Wortham is left tackle. Quick development left tackle. So these CPUs doing well when there were guys available is what we're seeing. Those guys, 77 overall for Swinson, 75 overall for Wortham. And then the CPU kind of fell off like they usually do. They took another running back, which he didn't really need after Swinson. CPU, that's a B minus. Vikings. I took a defensive tackle in the Walt. This was a very weak defensive tackle draft. The Browns went up. We'll get to them in a second. But they took the star of the defensive tackle class, in my opinion. Came back with Hardesty was a good pick. Fast development right guard, 75 overall, 91 strength. I think he's fast development. I have to double check that. But then you go through the rest of it for the Vikes. Got a 93 speed, 93 acceleration running back in the 4th. I know he was trying to move somebody because of that. Picked up a speed guy in the 6th. That's a B minus for the Vikings. Bears, CPU draft, but Michael Lynn at receiver came out a lot faster than any of us expected with 92 speed. His 40 time was not good at all. So there's some of that range that they talk about with drafting within CFM. So Lynn, I think is the star of this class. You look at the rest of it, no one really stands out to me. I'll give it a C plus because Lynn came out well. Good job CPU on that one. Bengals, Gabe Drummond, big right guard, 77 overall, 87 strength. He's not a bad pick. You go through the rest of it. Couple more linemen, though, but I don't like those guys. Terrain in the 4th, I thought was too early of a pick. He's a run blocking tight end. You can get those later, usually, like the Colts. We'll talk about in a second. Got his in the 6th round. When you go through the rest of it, nothing really to ride home out there. For the Bengals, I give that a C. Black Knights got Mingo, pretty good corner. Kelly at quarterback. I gave him Carson Wentz. I thought he would be his main guy, but I guess not. Maybe, I don't know. Kelly's a 74 overall. You go through the rest of it. O'Neal at left tackle, 69 overall, 89 strength. For where he got him, that's not a bad pick. I'll say B minus for the Black Knights. Broncos, probably still using that damn draft guide. Picked Andre Steele. I thought it was a little early for him, but I knew he was going to be good. I didn't know he'd be top 10 good. 78 overall, good balanced defensive end. He can play both. 78 speed, 84 acceleration, 89 strength. Picked up Parker in the third round at running back. It was like he went with a pair of running backs there. Alate, I think Alate is more of a truck power guy, and Parker's a speed guy, so you got that combination going there. Cowan at linebacker, don't really see much there. McDermott in the fifth was a nice value at DN. I'll go with a nice B for the Broncos. Browns, I'm going to give you an A minus because you found the damn diamonds in the rough that we were waiting to get. You always take them early. And more times than not, you come through. All red at quarterback, mobile guy, 85 speed, 90 acceleration. Amos, I think that was probably the best pick in the draft, top of the second round, 81 overall. 94 strength D tackle. Definitely, he was going to be my second round pick for sure. I just knew I would get him then, but I didn't. Looker at strong safety was a good value. 75 overall, 91 speed, 92 acceleration. Though a lot of people were mad about that. Then they were mad about Cecil, who was a 94 speed, 94 acceleration, developmental corner. And then Watts in the fourth. Nah, he ain't really that great. But like I said, you get an A minus for taking risk and then coming through on them. Bucks didn't have a first round pick. Tried to go speed at tight end. He only came out 82. I do like his last three picks. Welsh was the best fullback available, 71 overall. It's a good time to get a fullback. Baylark at running back. It's not a bad value in the 6th, 68 overall. He's got some nice attributes. Then McCauley in the 7th, 68 overall. That's always a good value. I'll give you a B minus Bucks for those last three picks. Bulls should be next. As soon as my stream, there we go. Bulls are the last team. And this was a CPU draft, but he got 2 or 3 star guys. I think 2 with Roth and Pinckney, the first 2 picks. So I'll give the CPU a solid B on that one. Alright, so that's my draft recap. You tell me what you think about your draft. And, I'd love to hear it. And if you want to do your own draft recap for your guys, if I missed something, which is definitely a possibility, please let me know. Once again, thanks to everyone that participated in the draft this year. And I'm looking forward to a good Season 6 coming up. Good luck and thanks for watching.